Samus.
This woman!
It's true, the scandalous that Juan Corrida is a Metroid fan.
Oh no!
I hate
it
to
makes
say
sense.
See, the reason he died is because he was asking too many questions about when Metroid Prime 4 would come out.
Yes, I know. But how about an exchange?
Wow. She must really want this autograph.
Whatever's good enough for you. Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. When the old bag, ready to open up a heart for my dearest fun.
This was the
Wow.
easiest psych lock ever.
Oh boy, 4 Slyclocks, that's gonna be hard. No, you just need one thing. Wait, what?
Wow, I see. No integrity whatsoever. Got
No.
it. Got it.
Well, of course. I thought I would get a gift a certificate or two out of it, maybe more.
What?
$50 gift card for Olive Garden.
Ah!
Don't you know when you're there, you're family. And everyone's my family, except people who I hate, in which case no one's my family.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Farewell, My Turnabout. We're here at the criminal department to talk with Gumshoe, where things aren't looking great for us. But then again, when has it ever looked great for the defense? Never. When it
Literally
starts.
never. Absolutely, literally every single time, never.
If it makes you feel better, pal, the 10th doctor's back there doing something. I didn't know he'd join the police force.
Oh my god, you're right.
He kind of does look like one of the doctors.
So what about this airtight testimony?
It's that old security lady, Miss
Oh god,
Oldbag.
put that away. Put that away.
I'm sorry, but people have faces, Mr. Wright, and I have a right to show you.
Must they though?
Would you prefer not to have a face?
I mean, in this scenario, I mean, if it saves me from that.
Well, unfortunately, unless you decide to put on a fake not face and get a what kind of hat is it? Get like that kind of like fedora or whatever, and then go around spouting conspiracy theories, you're gonna have a face.
Okay, that would be cool. That would be cool though. I also ask a lot of questions, so maybe I could like call myself the question or something.
Nah,
if I did that?
You should probably call it something like the conspirator.
Hang on, I think we're onto something. Gumshoe. Okay, all right. Anyway, we'll talk about this later. I like where this is going. But yeah, anyway, I thought so.
What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal?
Well,
And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to edit one.
her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down. Trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it out, pal. She saw Mr. Engard come out of the victim's room and around the estimated time of the death.
I can only assume that she saw someone dressed as the Nickel Samurai and assumed it's Mr. On Guard.
Yep.
Because, one, this is an Ace Attorney game, and two, she's literally already done this before.
Uh-huh.
No way! She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since the suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but what?
Oh, Francesca.
I'm getting sick of dealings with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma!
He was very stunned by the whip. He needed a moment.
I
to
thought
collect
you
his-
were gonna say that, Mr. Wright. That's why I was so surprised. You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye.
Damn.
That's... Wait. Please wait, sir. If I don't get as much pay, I'll start... Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you...
I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
That voice. Edgeworth!
He's here! And he's not dead! It's been a long
My god,
time.
you even came with your own theme song!
Yep, he sure did!
He was like, you know, after that last case from the previous game, I decided to take the theme that Gaunt had and remix it. It's mine now.
I mean, he's not using it.
The opening chords. Oh, right. Gaunt's dead.
This person? This is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francesca.
You... How dare you show your face without a slight of shame upon it? You've soiled of uncommon name, dragged it through the mud. You've been running away with your tail between your legs like the ear-bit dog you are.
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way. Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You...
Damn! Sibling spite! You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
Your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix alone. I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson in the meaning of total victory.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm, I guess. Or fourth time? Well, how many are we up to at this point?
This will be our third time facing her in court.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Remember, the first case was just pain. Still the same.
I don't know, she's
wild-
lost so many times now, it's hard to keep track.
She's lost twice.
She's lost so many times now, it's hard to keep track.
Still the same wild mare she always was. Sir? You got a lot of talking to do, sir. But first, I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you show me, Phoenix Wright.
I will not. Still as stuck up as ever.
Okay, but sir? Oh, let's talk about this and not talk about where the hell have you been?
I thought you, the prosecutor Mouse Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Tales of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Apparently.
You know, actually, timeline-wise, that makes sense.
No, but
That means-
he left a note literally that just said, "I chose death." Like, what is the assumption you're gonna go with that, huh? Like, I don't blame Nick.
He was like, man, I feel so bad, and then he remembered his favorite movie from 2010, Megamind, and was like, man, you know what the superhero did in that movie? He just pretended to die. I'll just do that.
I mean, it
Mr.
worked.
Nick?
I never wanted to see you again.
Well, too bad he's here now.
I love how they added this smug face for Edgeworth, like he needed another smug in the picture. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen a year.
No, it's not enough. I'm mad at you. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. That means you will make an appearance! Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. Damn, alright! I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
What is going on inside his head?
The Blue Badger.
No! Shut up! Shut up!
It's right there. It's right behind him.
No!
A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth.
Oh!
Wow, Phoenix. He got emotionally scarred from that Blue Badger thing. This is how you treat him?
I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
To pay rent, obviously.
Go on another career in that case!
That's actually kind of valid. I appreciate what Mr. Wright saying.
Well, with Francisca, she almost always says...
I will defeat you this time.
She says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me.
Why is it with Von Karma's name?
Well, so, like, I get the idea is that it's the image playing in his head of her saying the line, but then the line right below is Phoenix's line.
I know, right?
So,
I'm just
yeah.
like, what?
And then she'll, like, call me, like, Phoenix wrong or something, and it's getting old. Or she'll say, like, foolish wrong. Yeah, that one, yeah. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Yeah. Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible to me.
Sorry to
Even
say,
if
Phoenix. Well, welcome to the series you're in.
Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Yeah, that sounds right, actually.
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. What is this? Why are you so cryptic? Sir, can we please talk about what the heck happened to you?
Edgeworth being cryptid, Phoenix being angry. It's like, yeah, nothing's getting done. We should go.
He was just over in Europe for a year. Nothing big, nothing special about that.
This woman is another key to solving this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was ruled a suicide, right?
Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh?
Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Kurita hid his own manager's suicide note? But why?
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1?
Yeah, you gotta get through Phantom Blood first before you get to Battle Fantasy.
Okay, look, it's clearly more than 6 pages. It's more than 3 pages, so of course there's going to be more parts because people can't read more than 3 pages.
Suicide report. Deceased. Celestin Pax. Found by Juan Kurita. Was her suicide note hidden? Stay tuned and find out.
Thanks, Roz.
You're welcome.
Well, we gotta present this now. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. First of all, the reports that have multiple parts, like that one. That has 2.
What about autopsy reports? How do you feel about autopsy reports? Especially when they're updated mid-court. How do you feel about those, Edgeworth?
Well, information needs to get out there.
Okay.
Wait, so I've been doing this wrong? No one reads the reports, so I should be reading them anyways?
So anyway, 2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second. What?
Why didn't you just give us the full thing?
Huh? Huh?
Why didn't you just get... What was... Hang on a second.
Just troll the player.
Oh, okay.
I
Alright.
gotta find part 2. I wonder how I found part 2. Just present
Here's part 2. It's like... What? I was testing you, right? I was testing to see if you would talk to me again. I'm lonely. I need reasons for you to talk to me.
You can talk to me anytime you want, Mr. Edgeworth.
No.
Wait.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide.
What is this game?
The attempter's name... It's Adrian Andrews!
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
Was it a cult thing? Like, was she a mentor so much that there was like, hey, we're gonna join this cult and here we do this thing now?
No. It's not that. You think she's a strong career woman. That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she really like on the inside.
Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax.
And
why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live.
Lost her will? But why would she...
Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why.
Why would that...
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions.
Wait a second. You don't know what a scandal is, but you know the term following someone to the grave?
She works. She's been spirit medium.
Damn, you're right. Okay, alright, fine. That checks out. Okay.
She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
And that's the nature of her dependency on others?
Okay, I don't know what it is with how they're explaining her relations with Celeste, but like maybe it's just an error thing and they can't say it. But I think she had feelings for Celeste.
That makes sense. But
Yeah,
I think
But they
from what-
couldn't. But they can't really, say it.
Well, I think it also, I think that was kind of go psychologically of she had really confided in this one person, so she's like, oh man, so this must be feelings for that person, and maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't precipitated, but it was still like, yeah, so whenever she finds someone that she feels like she can confide in, she goes, oh, this is going to be my ideal partner for life.
Yeah. When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible.
Attempted suicide report. Attempter, Adrian Andrews. Reason, shock from Celeste impacts a suicide.
Alright, that's it, and we're really not gonna talk about what happened to Edgeworth, huh? Alright, guess we're not.
I think we have more important matters right now than what happened to Edgeworth.
That's not her. Not her. That's not, no, she's not the one. Okay, thank you.
I
Hey,
need a
how's
moment
it going? Oh.
Sorry, I need a moment to figure out how the heck do I need to get to places. Okay, I think we're talking to Adrian Andrews. Again. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, On Guard's hotel room.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
Miss Von Karma? What are you doing here?
Our jobs?
Investigating. Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so...
You've got some nerve following me around.
Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
You tell her.
Gross.
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
I think that's just like stubble. I don't really think that's a full beard, but okay.
Me? Following around after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
Okay, we know
Beep,
this thing.
Beep, beep.
What way is that? It is actually magnetic receiver. I put a tracking device in that detective. And with this, I know that fools every move.
So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for Detective Gumshoe now.
Also, that's like invasion of privacy, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews,
Yes?
think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
You don't have to whip everyone.
Alright.
I don't think she whipped in that case. I think it was just the sound
An air
effect of her
whip, yeah.
pointing. Yeah.
What were those two talking about?
I was asking her about when Metroid Prime 4 would be out.
Oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Uh-oh.
Nintendo ninjas will come after you. That's no joke. That's no joke.
She's Samus, isn't she? So she should know. Miss Andrews? She seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
I mean, when you gotta deal with Francesca, yeah. We're presenting a profile as soon as I figure out. Ooh, alright, here we go.
Did you know the victim, Mr. Kurita?
Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place, after all.
Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai?
Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die.
Wait, need?
I have a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Corrida was killed. Do you have any ideas?
As to...
As to why Mr. Corrida was murdered.
Why would you ask me about such a thing?
I'm just doing my job. So, do you have any ideas?
Yes. Okay, well, these are proper for Cyclops.
Miss Andrews?
Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation.
I don't believe you, but I believe you.
Is it a Cyclops, Mr. Nick?
Yes. There's getting to be more and more of these lately.
Okay, well, we have all the information, so we can do this right now. Motive for murder.
Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. On Guard's life in danger by your actions?
Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurata. Or Kurita, excuse me.
You were not that close?
That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person.
You are not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. Localization be damned. You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not?
A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story.
As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars.
Note to self, stay on her good side.
In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that.
I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone?
Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever such a need.
Didn't you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake?
Where's she be? Where's
Probably at the
she
very
be?
end.
There we go.
There you, yep.
Yeah, let's just present Miles Edgeworth.
Celestine Pax, your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Just doing my job.
Well, it's a game that's coming out next year. Wait, no. Actually, Celeste came out in 2018, didn't it?
I don't know. You're not reading anything right now, so I guess you can look it up, so...
Miss Impax, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why.
Oh, she's sweating.
Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination.
Yep, it came out in January.
Hey.
So yes, of course you know about Celeste. It's the popular indie game that came out a few months ago.
You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Oh wow, that was a read.
Miss Andrews?
There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
This one.
Miss Impax's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corrida.
Vaughn?
And, Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita.
I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you.
So,
The second part.
Is Von Karma still here, or did she leave?
I think she left.
I think she left.
Okay.
She's like, think about what I told you, and then left.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining her just like,
Wait, what is he doing right now?
just kind of just watching, like, wait.
But
What is he
Fran-
staring at?
can't-
He's
she
staring
can't
at these
see the
invisible
Cyclops.
things. And yeah.
Francesca by the door, like, what? What the hell? Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again?
Bro, I don't even remember. It was... Why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder? Oh. These implications are deep, Mr. Wright.
That's great story, Phoenix, but if Kurita's dead, she can't really find the note.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think she wants him alive unless she got the information and she got really angry and, you know, did the thing. But, I guess we will talk about her motive for murder in the next video since we're a little bit over time now, so we'll see you all then.
Cool motive, still murder.